After these guys are down, you are going to be going down here, and this is going to be the last defense point area where you're going to be facing off against spawning mobs. Okay, the first wave is going to... Okay, the first spawn point is here, second spawn point is there. The third one, and the most inconvenient one, in my opinion, is one that's all the way down here. Down here. Yeah, they all have to walk up here. And it's really easy to completely forget about those guys. I'm not lying. Granted, you do have a couple of just random NPCs just going there and helping out. But yeah, be careful. And I think sometimes once an NPC dies, they get infected and a afflicted spawn. I'm not entirely sure. It could just be that I'm completely wrong here. Okay, let me quickly put healers down. One healer, another healer, and soul twist. There. I honestly like staying on the stairs. It's a little bit complicated because you could end up getting balled up really easily if you stay up here. But I just find it a lot more convenient, and it's a really good place to completely just re-summon up a good batch, because you end up having uh, corpses here and corpses here, and it's a really good place for minion masters to just like spam their spawning skills, like I am right now. See, another full party. Okay. But yeah, you do have to be careful that you don't end up having too many spawn in that one little alleyway, because they can overrun you pretty easily if they don't if they're not kept in check. Shield of the Wing. Oh, that's not max. But yeah. Another thing to note, ritualists don't move around a lot. So when you end up with, right now with two, these guys were just pulled because we were all down here. But if you do have people up here, they will stay up there and they will just continuously spam resurrection, flesh of my flesh. And you could end up with like 5 ritualists up there just like rezzing and rezzing and rezzing. On a previous run that I did when I was sort of scoping out what I needed to do in this mission, because it's been a while, I had one ritualist spawn here. I killed it pretty quickly and I sort of ignored it. And then all of a sudden another one spawned, and both of those just went on a resurrection spree, sort of summoning not summoning, resurrecting anything and everything, and it was a bit on the insane side. That looks interesting. Okay. Now that this is done, you just clear out the last few that are remaining. They're usually the ones in here. Yeah, this is the spawn one. This I hate this one so much just because it gets so complicated. At least ArenaNet was kind enough to sort of show us where Afflicted will spawn. If you're gonna get ambushed by Afflicted, they tend to pop out of holes in the ground like this. I It was really scary the first time I saw that. I was just walking around some part of Kangen, and all of a sudden all of a sudden I saw this sort of hole in the ground, and bah, it just popped up. It was like scary as heck. Call me a coward, I don't care. Okay, this last part is going to be the last time you will be facing ambushes of Ampha before you reach the end of the mission. They should be popping up right there, see? There are honestly not that many. I think this and another one. Yeah, it's only going to be like two ambushes of Ampha if I'm correct. So it's not going to be that much. Togo, don't walk away. Okay. Luckily, if you hold back a bit, Menlo and Togo just stay a little bit ahead of you. It's a bit convenient just in case you're like me, who's playing a minion master, and you end up having to, stay a little bit behind just to heal and resummon more minions. But yeah. Oh no, that was the only ambush you'd have to face. I think if you went this lower route, you end up fighting against more. I'm not entirely certain. But Togo's already talking, so I can't do anything about that. Yeah, the last part is just an all-out assault on a group of Afflicted. So you're gonna have to be really... It's a bit of a big group. There are a couple of ritualists, so you do have to be careful that you don't end up... And look at Togo healing all my minions. That is another thing. Minions do get healed by everyone, by all NPCs. Okay, this is the first time we are meeting a Shiro's construct. I'll try to get one on camera. It's that one. That thing that looks like one of the bugs we faced off against. ArenaNet reused a lot of models, but they just retextured it, and this is one of them. It looks just like an afflicted version of one of those bugs we were facing at the start of the mission. No, not the start of this mission, but during the second mission video.
We cannot stand by while Shiro continues to meddle in the affairs of the mortal.
His duty is to shepherd the newly dead to the gates of the mists. He's shirking his responsibility as an envoy.
For every disembodied spirit that he lets loose here in the mortal realm, the delicate equilibrium between worlds tips further out of balance. Whatever his plan is, it must be stopped. But how? We are only envoys ourselves. We cannot fight Shiro.
We can combat Shiro by acting like Shiro.
We are the envoys to the next world, The shepherds who guide the newly departed to eternal paradise within the mists. We were sent here to show you the path to the afterlife.
But it's not your time. We will not guide you today.
We return to you, your departed spirits. We give back to you the gift of life.
But it comes with a price.
In return, we ask your help in defeating Shiro.
Ah, Wei no Su, the celestial test. Menlo and I know it well.
I do not understand. Why do you wish us to pass this test?
Spirits in this realm can hide themselves from the view of mortals. Until you have become closer to the stars, you will not be able to see Shiro, let alone fight him.
I see.
I swear that cutscene gets so glitchy at such the random times. I don't know. Okay, everyone was supposed to die in that cutscene. I have no idea why Bryden lived or why Rio lived. That was so weird. Also, if you didn't notice, minions also stay alive there. Um, if you have a bunch of them and the necromancer happens to die, or both necromancers happen to die if there was another one in the other party or in your party, all the minions go masterless and they start attacking everything. So when you do get revived by the envoys, those guys that we were just speaking to, they will attack you and they will be sure that at least one of you dies. So if you're going after Survivor and you go through that cutscene with the minion master in your party, just leave the game. Unless everyone's willing to skip the cutscene for you, just leave the game, because you'll probably run the risk of getting killed by a mass amount of minions. That is, if you have enough health to avoid it long enough. But yeah, I have seen people die in that cutscene. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this run of Vizunah Square. See you later.